Level Up Latina partners with working women and mamas alike to guide them in achieving fulfilling career and life goals through financial empowerment, professional or leadership coaching, and personal wellness. Find the unique coaching you need to succeed.
You're listening to Vero, Ceci, and Irene, and we are Level Up Latina.
Welcome to part 3 of the summer series 2026 of the Level Up Latina podcast. This is technically episode 349, pero como saben y han estado escuchando, we are highlighting different topics, short, sweet topics for the summer. Today, the topic for today se llama permission to play and why fun isn't a luxury. So I wanted to bring this topic to the table because as Latina women, many of us were raised to be productive and all the time y que, it's looked down upon si te sientas y descansas un poquito. So I wanted to bring that conversation to the table because just to get us thinking, like qué enseñanzas tuvimos as we were growing up and what we think about, descanso and is it a luxury or not. I don't think it's a luxury. I think it's a need. But before we get into that, ¿cómo están rapidito el día de hoy? I already know, pero díganme cómo están el día de hoy.
¿Por qué me dices I know Vero?
No, I said I already know. No, I know Vero. I said I already know because we've been talking. This is our third episode of the day.
Well, con calor. Ahorita si andamos con calor, I had to go get some water. But excited to be here. The summer series is always fun to record. I like this.
I'm good. I'm great. I'm happy to get going. And thank you for giving us restroom breaks during our long summer series recording.
Of course. No. Se nos revienta la vejiga. We hold it too much. Ay, Dios. Okay. So my first question for you ladies is that growing up, what messages did you receive about work, rest, and having fun? And were you encouraged to go out and play? Or was it, were you taught like, no, tenemos que estar productive all the time? What was it like growing up for you?
I had a very Latino family. We weren't allowed to be out and in the streets, and we had to earn it. We had to be those people that cleaned up before you could go anywhere. There was always all this guilt trip whenever you wanted to go anywhere. And my dad was a worker bee, so he was kind of always working. He wasn't a fan of the boys being little league or the girls having ballet. For instance, my sister never could ever do anything like that. But so work was interesting. My parents worked very, very hard. And the only play we got was maybe the 2 weeks that my mom went to Mexico every year. Beto was talking about El Ranchito earlier on our first summer series episode. And that was our summers. But otherwise, my mom was not the type to take a break until I guess I was growing up and she was done raising kids and her life got a little bit easier. But her breaks were really just sort of vegging out in front of the television after a long day because she would work so hard, so labor intensive. So my messages, Sissy, were that we work hard and that we enjoy having friends over and we enjoy maybe quinceañeras and weddings, and that's kind of a formality, but self-care was definitely not a thing that we paused and took care of. I mean, at least I don't remember seeing that in my siblings or my mom.
What about you, Vero?
Oh my God, you started talking about things about my mom, right? Because kind of the age difference between Irene's older sister and her is greater, but when you're the youngest, there's still this different expectation to kind of be the oldest, you could say. For me, Gabby, my sister, is about 7, almost 8 years older, and my brother's about 7 and 6.5, 7 years older than I am. So when I came along, I was just I was different. I just really enjoyed playing, and I enjoyed being in la calle with my brother. And my mom would see how I would dress, or that if I was, I wouldn't participate in cleaning the house, or I wasn't interested in the cooking. And she would be more like your sister. You need to, know how to do all of these things. And then she would call me Maria Machetes because I would dress like a boy because I was a tomboy. And it was las niñas no hacen eso. So and I think because I was being told that, I was more eres más rebelde. You kind of rebel against it. You're well, I am going to be that. I'm going to be more of that. And I'm kind of glad she let me because it helped me be me, right? But it was very judgy. It was very much eso no se hace. You should learn how to cook and clean. You be more like your sister. Be more like everybody else. And and immediately being labeled Maria Machetes when I was in love with every boy that was on the block, right? So I was definitely not Maria Machetes, but I was just okay. She's why do you have to be so this? And now that I'm older, when she says things like that, and she describes her childhood being able to, piscar and do all this stuff. I was ay, no muy Maria Machetes usted when you were young then, so I do have a little bit of you in me, but it's just the double standards, obviously, and the expectations, and them being immigrants and them wanting us to maintain a certain kind of image. No sé, it was hard. So for me, yeah, déjenme ser como soy.
Oh my God, for me, it was, yeah. Oh, nos vamos a poner a limpiar, you know, like the weekends. Ah, nos vamos a poner, I could hear my mom's voice. Ah, ahora nos vamos a poner a limpiar. Y yo, ay, Dios. A mí me tocaban los baños. I remember that, los baños. And I learned, like, well, my next question is going to be like, how have these messages shaped your adulthood? But for me, like, I like a squeaky clean bathroom. Cuando me pongo a limpiar el baño, like, cuando de verdad me toca, I'm like, I freaking clean it, like, good, squeaky clean. I even remove, like, the toilet seat, like, to scrub that shit, like, literally. So I don't know. That's one thing. And then I remember my mom didn't have like regular laundry baskets, you know, normal, like no, she would buy like the like garbage cans and she had 2 huge garbage cans that were just used as laundry bins. And I remember my sister and I hated it because se acumulaba, and then we would have to, you know, fold the clothes. Y se acumulaba un chingo. Like, it was 5 of us with my brother. And I just remember that, like, I hated laundry. I still do. I still hate it to this day. And I try to do as least of it as at least at the least amount of possible. And so cuando viene Doña Mari, ahí le dejo the laundry. But yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, that's my next question. How have these messages that you had growing up about being productive and rest, how have they, you know, shaped your adulthood? And like I said, for me, it's, I want to keep a squeaky clean bathroom, but I don't know, I feel like that's also, the messages are still there, that I'm still similar to my mom, and that with the girls, like, I know, I'm like, está bien, you guys can watch TV, pero pónganse a limpiar el cuarto, recojan todo ese desmadre que tengo, then pueden ver la tele. So that's still in me. I do let them play, pero hasta que me tengan, you know, you guys know, with kids, dejan un desmadre.
Pónganse a jugar a limpiar la cocina.
Yeah, no, okay. O sea, les digo, like, recojan sus cobijas and then you can go play. Or quieren ver una película, fine. Just pick up all that stuff because, you know, yo acabo de limpiar, so go and pick it up, and then you guys can go watch TV or whatever you want.
I think for me, like, I don't know that I have really stuck to the way my family did it. I think I'm one of those kids that you want to do the opposite of what your family did. And then sometimes you swing too far to the other side, and your kids could use that. They could use the guilt. They could use the, you know, tit for tat. Like, if you clean, you can go into the streets. Otherwise, you can't. Like, you have to earn almost being in la calle. But I will say that I'm trying to be a cautionary tale. So I feel that, is that me? Are there cops coming to my house? Yes. Damn, talk about cautionary tale. Hasta los bomberos agreed with me. Yeah, I want to learn from my upbringing, not judge it. So see, like, yeah, the luxury of rest, right? It's a luxury, right? I don't want the kids to feel what I had to feel, that they have to barter. They have to feel guilty, que me tienen que hacer un favor before I give them a ride, or that they have to have a squeaky clean room, or they can't expect to go 2 places this weekend, let alone 3 places this weekend. I'm trying to create a situation in my kids' lives where they want to have a clean room. It's like a different motivation. Like, the clean room is wonderful. I'm very clean. We're trying to model cleanliness. We're trying to model when people come over and in your space, like, how clean are you? But not because you're getting something for it. And those messages that could have stayed with me, Ceci, but I'm trying to be the opposite. But without being so extreme that they don't have to clean. So it's such a happy middle ground. Like, you still have to be clean, but you don't have to feel guilty if you're not clean. And say you take a weekend, y haces nada, and the kids lay around and they're lazy, quote unquote lazy. I don't want to judge them for that. Like, so we call it around here joking, like, oh, mental health day. Like, if my husband's working from home and we see him sitting on the couch a little bit too long that Monday, Dad's taking a mental health day. It's like a celebration. It's not you ain't working today, you're lazy, why aren't you behind your desk? You're supposed to be working, you're work from home, get back on your desk. You know, these weird mixed signals that our parents would give us. My mom still to this day always asks the same question if it's a Monday through a Friday. Where are you working from? Where is Diego working from? From home or from the office? And it's always this weird, like, value that is placed on if I'm working from the office. There's always this weird, like, kindness and courtesy if I happen to be driving home or in a meeting. Like, you can sense that I'm being treated differently because, oh, today she's being productive. But I'm just working from home today. I'm just with Sophia. We're having lunch. Suddenly you can just hear the mom kind of her feeling of me. Oh, so you're free. You could have called me today. You're doing nothing. Like you could be with me. You know, this weird value to working in the office from working from home. So anyway, I'm trying not to hang on to those views, trying not to let them trigger me when my mama calls and like clearly is judging. They're like, oh, you're all working from home. That must mean you're all doing nothing. It's such a weird, again, it's a luxury to work from home. It means you're lazy. Like, wait, what? How did that? I work so hard when I work from home. It's
al contrario, I feel like se canso nomás because you're trying to do too many things. You're trying to do like your work, right? Y like,
and the kids want your attention, your kids and you gotta manage that. Like,
terminas agotada.
Yes, yeah, for sure. But it stays with me in a weird way. I'm trying not to make it stay with me in a weird way. I'm trying not to get triggered by how I was brought up versus how I am now. My mom has no concept of work from home and what it really means. So trying not to be resentful of her and trying to still give the kids a great example of what it means to be cleanly and hardworking and striving and not settling for less. I want them to strive. So it's such a delicate balance.
Oh my God. I was when they would ask me to clean, I just would fight it. Not because I didn't want to clean. It was more like, you're not going to make me clean kind of deal. But I am very much like, time is of the essence with me. So I don't have a lot of time. None of us do, right? We have the exact same amount of time in the day, but I feel like I had been really exhausted for a long period of time. And I was like, I need to up my cleaning game in the sense of doing little things around the house. And how can I make it, in a sense, easier for me to do these things, right? Girl, when you were saying, what do you guys do now? I'm a lot like my mom. Me fijo, pero a veces I can't get to it. So I'm like, what can I do? And in the week of like preparing for the 3 hours I'm going to have on a Sunday morning or between 10 and 2, what can I do? What can I clean? What are the main things I'm going to clean? I have ahorita le tengo un ojo a mis blinds. My blinds need some good cleaning. But I had hired this cleaning lady to help me out. And she's not great, but she helps on the things where I really don't have time to do. She at least tidies up and it looks better than than me not doing it at all. But when I get to cleaning, I'm one of those. I do it y lo hago bien. Nada de que, I swept it under the rug and I didn't lift the rug to like clean under there. I do it right. So I just bought myself some tools and I spent the other night cleaning the grout on my countertops of my kitchen. Me compré el spray. I needed a good spray. I got myself a little hand tool to scrub the little grout because when we bought the house, I had just updated my previous little casita with some really nice countertops. It didn't have grout in between every line. Se pega la comida. And it had been eating at me that I could see little spots. Like my grout looked dark, dirty. Se miraba sucio, aunque yo sé que limpio with wipes and And then the tile is like it shouldn't be a countertop tile because it's porous. And I'm like, ugh, just imagining the kind of things that are in there. So I bought myself a little brush. So I sprayed the hell out of it. I'm like, let me test it out, see how it works. Y olvídate, there went 2 hours of my life.
So they're just made de otra generación. Something that you just did it for yourself and you just wanted to have fun and you did it.
I went to the Olivia Dean concert in Italy for fun. Like I did that for me. I would have done it alone. I didn't necessarily need to bring anyone. I think that was kind of a cool thing to do, and it makes me always like now want to look at other fun concerts that I can travel to, for instance. So that was a fun thing that I did just for me, not for anybody else. I mean, you said to impress other people. Maybe like it does impress other people, but
no, sorry. Es que lo dije mal. So yeah, and no one else to impress. So not to impress. Like
got it. Like yeah. I thought that was a cool concert to check out, and I thought that it was a great artist to see in another country. And I had this feeling, fun fact, that like she's blowing up. She's about to get nominated for a Grammy, or had just been nominated. I wouldn't have known to tell the future. She had just been nominated for like new artists, so I thought she's going to end up coming to LA. And it would be great to see her in LA, but I want this excuse that right now I can only see her in Italy or anywhere. I was trying to see her somewhere in Europe. That was super fun, and it was just for me. Like, I was an investment that I made in myself, and it turned out to be great because it ended up being a much more expensive, fun trip because other girls came along, and I went to Lake Como, and the fact that we could even have that experience and spend that money, the trip turned into something more big, more magical. But it was nice that I was willing to do it for me, because you don't know, right? Like, being spontaneous then ends up being like this really great vacation that seems like we spent months planning, and that's not it either. It magically and organically became a very cool vacation, but it just started to see as I want to spend $70 and buy these concert tickets and find my way to her show in Europe. Yeah. It started that way. Yeah. It was $70.
Experience, yeah. Nice.
Irene, I went to Lake Como, just so you know. It was me. I was there.
Oh, yeah, because not you.
Vero was in the Como, super mysterious. I didn't even see her, but she was there.
At all. I was just right behind Irene the whole time. Just right behind her.
She was my
I was the one
content
videotaping
creator.
her.
Content creator.
If you follow us and you follow us on Facebook, you'll know what we're talking about. So for me, girl, let's keep it real. I don't do a lot. The last thing I did to treat myself was I took myself to Yogurtland, okay?
I love Yogurtland. I'm down with that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I went last night.
And I'm like, you know what? Before I go and pick up my kids and I have to transition from lady at work to mom, I want some yogurt. I want to just relax and maybe catch an episode of America's Sweethearts, the DCC. I'm addicted. I love them. These girls work hard, man. But anyway, like that's what I did. I got myself some Yogurtland and I just chilled. I took a deep breath and no pensé nada. Just enjoyed my thing, watched my little show for a little bit. And then I went on with my life and picked up my kids and I was good. So yeah.
I love it. For me, it was to go to the Pride Parade today.
How fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I had never been, and my organization had a spot to walk. And they had it last year too. Last year, it was Sunday. I was like, hi, Sunday, para ir hasta allá. And it's here in the city, but just to get to that side of the city, it's a hassle, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be there with my coworkers. That's gonna be fun. And, I got to support my LGBTQ plus colleagues. So that was a fun time. La música, it was a great time. Si era un cohete para regresar, I was like, okay, I said, I can't hang after because I need to come home. And I'm going to rest and then I'm going to record I'm going to be recording podcasts. So I was like, nomás el parade y ya me vengo. Because even coming home, like even to get to like the BART station, I had to walk like 20 plus minutes porque cierran toda las calles. So anyway, that was fun. And another thing that I did también, no para impresionar a nadie, just did it for myself, is I got myself a strawberry shortcake lunch box or lunch bag. Because the one I had just estaba viejita y se rompió. And so just randomly the other day at Ross, I went with mi suegra and I saw it. I was like, this is cute. I'm going to get it for myself. So, sorry, mis niñas ya subieron, están gritando. I don't know if you guys can hear them.
They're having a great time. Speaking of strawberry shortcake, I know you're talking about a lunch bag, and that's awesome. Y'all, tip of the day is you have to have, if you haven't had it, the strawberry shortcake at freaking Cheesecake Factory, guys. It is the most delicious dessert. I know this is not the random show. I shouldn't be talking about food. I'm derailing Ceci's podcast, but because I had this tip of the day, the strawberry shortcake dessert at freaking Cheesecake Factory is so good. It's not a cheesecake. It is these delicious moist biscuits. They put vanilla ice cream, fresh strawberries, whipped cream, guys. It's a little warm. Está riquísimo. You can order it curbside, Vero. It's only $13. You do not need to share with your kids. Just do it by yourself, guys. Do it by yourself.
No les voy a dar.
So it works for the episode. Take yourself to a delicious dessert.
Delicious.
I love it. I love it. And that is a good way to start wrapping up this episode. Get out there, do something fun for yourself, buy yourself something yummy. No les invitas a tus hijos. It's okay. It's okay. They have enough. They get enough
Eat it
yumminess.
Yourself.
Yeah, eat it yourself. Tu escondidas. Do it. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for indulging me with my questions. And remember that joy isn't about something that we have to earn, it's something we deserve because le chingamos toda la semana at work, with our kids, everywhere. So go out there, enjoy yourself, do something for yourself. So if you have a topic that you want us to cover maybe next month on the summer series, please send us an email or a message in our Instagram.
Gracias.